shall we all sit? Thank you. Good evening, everyone. One of my good friend, Jacob Cherian, who graduated last year, one day he came running to me and he said, Gideon, you're good at a lot of things, you know, sports and music and all, but there's one thing you really need to work on. And I said, what it is? What is it? And he said, that is public speaking. I took that advice seriously, but little did I know that the advice will be handy for me today. Ladies and gentlemen, this evening, first of all, I would like to thank our Almighty God who gave me this opportunity to speak on behalf of the graduating students of 2017. I would like to thank my family who came here all the way from Delhi and Coimbatore, especially my father. Thank you, Dad. It means a lot to me. And I thank all the families, relatives, friends, church members, pastors, prayer partners, sponsors, alumni, and everyone who has graced this occasion. It is because of your prayers, encouragement, and efforts that we have reached this far. And graduates, it wasn't an easy journey, was it? We can still remember the first time we stepped in this campus, unsure what to expect and what not to expect. Getting along with friends with whom we shared similar passion and interests. The first year was always a fun and a treat, wasn't it? But then came the time of classes, the academics, and the never-ending assignments. With my critical thinking, I have come to a conclusion that the students who have experienced the delight of submitting their assignments are the ones who submitted just before the deadline. Because it is at that time when they experience the whole mountain of burden finally being swept off from their back. And of course, our class hours. All this thought have come from another planet. They definitely did not belong to this planet, did they? And our life in MRH and Lydia Hall always brought some new stories to tell. And for those who thought Sykes is only about academics, volleyball and cricket tournaments brought the best in us. The cheerleaders cheering for their team at the top of their voice, only to end up with sore throats in the following days. And how can we forget our cell groups who gave us the sense of belongingness, who were a family to us when we were far away from our own family? Surely, they made us realize that we are more than conquerors, weren't we? And the joy of knowing that Chapel Week had finally turned into Friday Chapel. Wow. But there were also times when troubles and hardships hit us like a hurricane. Those lonely days when we were reminded of our moms cooking and had to call them just to say we missed them. When we had misunderstandings with our friends and near ones. When we were broke and couldn't even disclose it to anyone. Some of us didn't even know how to pay our fees. We also went through heartaches and loss of our dear ones. And of course that long, lonely journey for the thesis writers, waiting for the dawn of that day when they could say, it is finally finished. And we hear testimonies after testimonies revealing the provision of our sovereign Lord upon His people. But did we do it all alone? Absolutely not. I want to take this time to thank all the faculty members without whom this moment wouldn't have been possible, including our beloved principal, Dr. Ian Payne, the academic dean, Dr. Havila Dharamraj, the student dean, Dr. Varghese John, and our chaplain, Dr. Danny Satyadas. And also admin staff who made sure that the institute kept on running, the kitchen staff who made sure that our body kept on running, the library staff who made sure that the books didn't run away, the service staff who ran where we couldn't run, our HODs, and especially my HOD, Dr. Stephen Guest, who did not just run, but he made sure that we, the students, ran to win the prize. And all the mentors to whom we could pour our hearts out. And of course, our teachers who encouraged us never to give up and taught us how to learn and unlearn. And finally, our friends, without whom we are incomplete. We are all indebted to you. Now, may I request all the graduating students to rise up on their feet and give a rousing applause to thank everyone because of who today was possible. Shall we arise? Thank you. As I get to the end of my speech, I want to farewell my fellow graduates with these encouraging words and close it with a quotation from one of the most popular guys in SciEx. Graduates, may I encourage you to stick to your calling, what the Lord has brought you for. And do not forget to seek His help and provision to accomplish His calling. After all, it was Him who sustained us when we didn't have any hope. It was His outstretched arm that protected us and nurtured us at the same time with His word to keep us alive. We will need it. And may it all be for the glory of God. And yes, please do keep in touch. As the Hindi saying goes, "Ye to sirf trailer tha mere dost, picture abhi baki hai." Which means this was just a trailer. The movie is yet to come, my friend. We still have a long way to go. But as for now, I want to salute you graduates. Class of 2017, you were awesome. And yes, congratulations, we did it. And as the great philosopher, theologian, and librarian Pittman would have said, I love my creators. Thank you, everyone. Shalom. May God bless.